Welcome to Being Friends with Jess and Toni-ann, an inside look at our friendship, millennial things, sports, and pop culture. Come laugh with us, or maybe at us, and let's be friends.
I've recorded because I'm always talking about my hair, so now you get to talk about your
No,
hair.
it's just like very like again, the shampoo is just I love my shampoo.
All right, what was it again?
It's called nutri nutrient hydrating.
Oh, okay.
It's fantastic. Love it.
It looks great.
Like this is literally like I washed this on Monday night and slept on it 2 nights, and this is what it still looks like.
That's amazing.
Amazing. Anyway, welcome back, friends.
Hello, friends. Welcome back.
We'll leave our commentary on the hair in. Just ignore that we were having a subconscious stream of
Well,
thought. We
a
started.
lot of the start of like past podcasts were me going like, because we're not sure if we remember. That'll never happen again. Now
Actually,
we're
they don't
kind of get
remember because
lanterns
you're
of it.
lucky that was in the archives because I feel like something happened that day that we had to stop recording. Was that when Alec had to get his gallbladder out?
Yeah, I think so.
You had
You're
the
right.
meltdown and you were like, just delete that. I was like, I'll just save it in the archives for a rainy
Yeah.
day.
It was needed because you had an emergency, so it worked out. Save for a rainy day.
Yeah, so anyway, we're back and I didn't bring a drink over here because I just didn't, honestly.
I got a new can of seltzer. I liked how they redid them. It's a lot
Couldn't tell
nicer.
you that they were redone unless you told me.
And it's a
Very
full
nice.
can,
I was
so
gonna say, is it filled? Are we writing?
it's filled. It's not flat. It's perfectly crisp.
Okay, wait. Actually, your drinking kind of like play into my mocktails went out because this is my ridiculous thing.
Oh, okay.
So we went out for my sister's birthday on Friday, right? Obviously not drinking because pregnant. So ordering mocktails out is just like difficult because like I like a margarita, which is kind of hard to make virgin. One, like you're not gonna ask for a virgin margarita, like,
You
right?
can. It's just not going to taste that great because
I
tequila
mean, you
is the main
could, right,
flavor.
right. I'm ordering it for the tequila, not for the lime and
Yeah.
the other stuff. So anyway, so I always get like a fruity, like I like fruitier mocktails, obviously.
Yeah.
So the guy comes over, I'm like, do you have like a mocktail like list? And he's like, no, we can do whatever you want. I'm like, okay. I was like, can I get like a Sprite, a pineapple, and cranberry? Like kind of like a Baby's, but just with like Sprite. He's like, yeah, no problem. I'm like, just you could surprise me with something fruity. I like fruity drinks, but I do not like club soda. Like make sure the soda in it is Sprite, not like
Yeah.
soda, right? This man comes back with a drink that has mint in it. One. So
Okay.
what already I'm like panicked
That's
because
not fruity. He didn't really get the assignment.
no, not but not only that, you know how I feel about like floating things in my drinks.
Oh, yeah, true.
So now then there's like an orange in it, and I'm like, what happened here? So now I'm like nervous because I'm like, this has mint. I'm like, as soon as he walked away, I'm like, there's mint in this drink. I'm nervous. And my sister's like, just peel it out. Like, why are you acting like this? I was like, guys, but like, where did this come from? From fruity? This is not fruity. This looks like a mojito.
Yeah, that's probably what he was going for.
Hold on. It gets better. So now I'm like nervous because I'm like, this looks like a real drink. Like,
Mhm.
somebody try this and make sure there's no alcohol in it. So my cousin takes 2 sips and she's like, I don't think there's alcohol in it, but like, I really can't tell. I'm like, great. So now my sister takes a sip and she's like, no, this is definitely yours. Like, you're fine. They're like, but it is like, it's a spicy margarita basically without alcohol. And I'm like,
Interesting. And they
okay.
put an orange in it?
They're
Like,
like,
what do you
just try
mean?
it. They're like, just try it. It's good. I'm like, okay. So it wasn't minty, which is great.
Okay,
But
that was just the garnish. Must
it
have
was
thrown in.
literally like a spicy margarita.
Hmm.
So now it's good, but there's seeds floating around from the jalapenos. There's the mint floating around, whatever. So I'm like strategically sipping. But the heartburn was unbearable by halfway through
Um,
this drink.
well, that's like, did they put like lime juice in it? That always gives me like bad heartburn.
No, but well, the spice in general was going to give me
Oh yeah, I
heartburn.
guess that's true. Yeah.
Like I
Mhm.
already have heartburn because I'm pregnant, and then like add in a
That
spicy.
was not the assignment. You said you liked something fruity. A
It
spicy
was
margarita
not
is
the
not that.
assignment. It was not the assignment. I got a Coke when my food came, and we
Yeah.
were better. But like, it was just funny because I feel like unless you order a Shirley Temple, they don't get it right.
No, that was just a failed surprise me. Like,
Okay.
I would think that like you're like surprise me. I would go for something like you said, like a Bay Breezy kind of drink, like pineapple,
Right.
strawberry,
Like a grenadine and juice it, like a
like a
pineapple
cherry on
grenadine.
top.
Right.
Yeah.
Like some sort of fruity concoction
Yeah.
of juices with a
They
splash
were
of soda.
very ambitious and missed the mark for you, for anyone.
Anyway, dinner was fantastic, minus the cocktail dilemma.
Okay. All right.
But I just thought it was so funny because, like, you know me, I ordered the drink and then I'm like, it came with everything that was like not me.
I know.
But
It's,
I tried. I tried it. I tried it.
I'm proud of you for trying it.
We made growth. We made
Yeah.
growth.
You're trying things. You're not liking things, but you're trying things this year. And I'm proud of you.
I did also at this dinner, I got lobster risotto because I do eat lobster mac and cheese, like if we go to like a steakhouse or whatever. But and then I had lobster bisque when I was in Texas. I tried that. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try the lobster risotto because I love risotto and like whatever. I've decided I like shredded lobster. I don't love the clumps of lobster. I don't like the texture of them is just very different than the shredded. So
You don't want to taste the bounce.
yeah, I don't like that give
That's what
back.
I don't like about fish too, is the bounce. I don't like the bounce. Like
Right.
even
Like if
I
you
like
do shrimp
shrimp.
the wrong way, like
Yeah.
it does that too. And it's
I
like,
like
no,
shrimp, but if there's too much of a bounce, I'm not about that life.
yeah, you're grossed out. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
100%.
but
Okay.
that's good. Speaking of, so my ridiculous thing was kind of to make fun of you a little bit because
Here we go.
well, so last night I went out and we were supposed to record last night and I told you like, oh no, I'm going out, so like we'll record tomorrow. And I was saying to my friends who I was out with, I was like, oh, I'm supposed to record my podcast tonight. Like, and of course, like I was out with like Brandon and Connor, who like Connor insists on being on our podcast one day, and I told him that's probably not happening. I don't know what he wants to talk about, but he's not allowed on it.
He
And
has to have an idea. If he has an idea, come on over.
yeah, he's like,
But
well, he does like a lot of, he's in the business of like sports betting. Like he has a company that like does sports betting stuff.
oh,
So like he would
interesting.
come on and like talk about like sports probably, but like,
Okay.
I
Well,
don't know, maybe.
we'll think about it, Connor. We'll
Yeah, I
think
told him, I
about
was like,
it.
we'll put a pin in it. But he apparently has a friend. He won't tell me who this friend is, but apparently one of his friends, who I don't know, is our biggest fan, like streams us all the time. And I'm like, how did this friend even get our podcast information? And
Hi,
he's like, I
Connor's
don't know. I must have
friend.
like, because I think it was from, I like in the beginning when we were really trying to advertise, I put it on Twitter.
Yeah, we were
And
doing a good job in the beginning, and then we
yeah,
just
and I
sucked.
think he retweeted it like to be supportive, and then like his friend must have found it.
I
So
love it.
Connor's friend, if you're watching, thank you for your support. Don't know who you are, but thank you.
You
Um,
could DM us with your name though if you'd like.
yeah, or I guess maybe you're listening. Maybe you're like a podcast guy that only listens. I don't know. I don't even know if you're male or female. I have no knowledge about you at
Except my
all.
friend.
Yeah, but anyway, so I was out with them, and there was a new person that I've never met before that was also out with us, and they were like, "Oh my God, you have a podcast?" And so of course I was like, "Yeah," and they're like, "What's it called?" And I was like, "It's called Being Friends with Jess and Toni-ann, and it's just me and her shooting the shit." She was like, "That sounds great," and so they said it sounds great, so I was like, "Okay." Where was I going with the story?
I don't
Oh,
know. You said you
no,
were
no,
making fun of
okay.
me. I don't
No,
know
no,
how
no.
I'm coming into
Yeah,
this.
I just lost track of the point of the story. So anyway, so when we were talking about the podcast, one of them, Brandon or Connor, asked me like, what was supposed to be the topic of the night, and I was like, oh, let me look at the note. Like I don't know what we have written in, and I bring up the note thing, and I read off that you have. I mean, I'll spoil it. Else we're going to talk about this week: the Mocktails, Tim Hortons, and Chick-Fil-A. And he goes, so it's just food and beverages. Like it's just food and beverages. Like,
When I added the Chick-fil-A yesterday, I was like, there's a pattern here with the
Yeah. He was like, "Are you a food and beverage podcast?" I'm like, "No." But that should be the title of this episode.
Yeah, Jess had a lot of complaints this week.
So, in that spirit, I tried Elysian Cafe in Hoboken for the first time last night. I've always wanted to go, and I never went. And we went to the pier originally because it was like the last sunny day we were going to get for like a week now. So we were
Right.
like, let's go to the pier. Although, as sunny as it was
windy.
frigid. Frigid. Like,
I was kind of surprised you said you were going to the pier, but I was like, maybe it's not as windy by your house.
I mean, I changed into jeans. I got home from work. I changed into jeans and I put on my Knicks sweatshirt. And I was like, this is what I'm wearing to the pier, like low key, casual. And we really fought it out, that wind, for like an hour. And then we were like, we got to get the hell out of here. Like, it's the sun. After the sun goes behind those buildings and there's no more sun, it's freezing. So we're like, all right, we had one drink here, did what we had to do. Let's go. And I was like, and I was going to come home and record the podcast with you. And then somebody was like, oh, I thought we were going to get food. And I'm like, oh, well, like I could take it or leave it. Like I really should get home. And then all of a sudden my brain popped up. I really could go for like a French onion soup. Like that's really what I wanted. So I was like, oh, I could really go for like a French onion soup. And somebody was like, well, let's go to Legion. They have a great French onion soup. And I was like, I've always wanted to go there. And I never went. So I was thinking about the dumplings from Madison. I was going to propose Madison, but then I really could have went, like and I know they have a soup too, but I was like, I just want a soup, you know? So we go to.
Yeah, you just froze your ass off at the pier.
Right. It was very cute inside. Like it's a very old restaurant. It's from like the 1800s. It's like very old.
That's sick. How was the soup?
The soup was bomb. Like top tier of a French onion soup level. Like
wow.
It was so flavorful. The
picture looked great. I was honestly jealous of it.
You could tell like they put that cheese under whatever that burner is to get like the crisp on it. Like
the salamander. That's what it's called.
What is it called? The salamander? Like the new.
That's what yeah, it's called the salamander. It's like a broiler, basically, like above and that. I don't know. That's what it's called, though.
Sounds like a lizard.
I don't understand why you're like I made it up. I just worked in a restaurant and
because she's in the food and beverage industry. Because she's in the food and beverage industry. She was. So yeah, great review. And we were also talking during this excursion about how much I love to review things. So I feel like it was only, appropriate, fitting and appropriate to share my review. Highly recommend, 10 out of 10. And I know my parents watch this, that the next time we go, like they come to me and we want to go out to eat in my area, I'm taking them there because the menu, they had a lot of good looking options. And it actually, like for Hoboken prices, was like pretty reasonable.
That's good.
So
okay. Add it to the list of places to take.
They're going to pay, but we're going to go there.
You know that they're now not paying because you just said on the podcast that they're going to pay. I will put money on that. That your mother's going to text us and be like, here we go. We're not.
Well, I'd say let's go there for Father's Day, but my father is always working on Father's Day, so I'm fatherless on Father's Day. So we can't go there on Father's Day.
Sounds like a personal problem. Go the day before Father's Day then.
No, he's working all the time that time of year because they have the election.
Right. Okay. Well, then I don't know what to tell you. This sounds like a personal problem.
Not for me. I could go get that French onion soup anytime.
That's true.
I could order a delivery right now if I wanted to. Probably wouldn't taste the same though.
Well, my next 2 points about the food can go together.
Okay.
Because as Toni-ann knows, because I bitched about it. What happened was Saturday I went to get my nails done, right? And I was going to go to Starbucks. Starbucks was like crazy. And there's no drive-through Starbucks by my house. So I was like, I just want to drive through. I don't want to get out of the car, like whatever. So I go to Dunkin', right? I go to Dunkin' because I'm going to get like food. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Fine. The line is onto the highway. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not going to make my nail appointment. So I get off and I'm like, whatever. There's a Tim Hortons by like the traffic circle. So I'll go there. I'm like, I only tried it once. Time to give
My sister loves Tim Hortons.
Time to give Timmy Hortons another try, okay?
I don't think they say that.
They don't, but I hate them, so I'm going to say that. So anyway, I get there. I had a caramel iced coffee, and I ordered a bacon, egg, and cheese without the egg, which I get everywhere I go. If I had an egg allergy, I would not order it with an egg. So, like, why are you whatever? So I'm like, can I please get a number 4, the bacon, egg, and cheese without the egg with an iced caramel coffee? Sure. I pull up to the window. I look at it. Thing is oozing with egg. Like literally, I think they put extra egg on it. I was like, what the fuck? So I I'm like trying to get the girl's attention. She's not paying attention. I'm like, hello, like, hi. And they're like, yeah. I'm like, this was supposed to have no egg. Like it was just supposed to be bacon and cheese. They're like, oh. So she tells the guy comes back. He goes, what's wrong? I'm like, this is supposed to have no egg. Like it was just supposed to be bacon and cheese. He goes, oh, I heard you say egg, but I thought you said you wanted it. Why the fuck would I say that I want egg if egg comes on it?
Yeah, if you said I would like a bacon, egg, and cheese with egg.
With egg. That
Who the
what?
fuck says that?
Right. So now I'm like, whatever, I get it. And honestly, it was so subpar. So subpar. And the coffee, like, you think Dunkin' coffee's weak? It's like ice water
Ooh, that is
from
Dunkin'.
Tim Hortons.
Maybe they're the
So
same coffee.
no, it's so bad. Like, it's so bad. So anyway, moving on. Tim Hortons, you're out of tries. Try you once, try you twice. Not gonna do that for a third time. But then when I went to Chick-fil-A yesterday because I had my glucose test, which I passed, thank God.
Yay, sugar levels.
That's a whole nother story though too, which is funny that I will go over. So I go to Chick-fil-A, I'm getting lunch, and I'm in the drive-thru and I'm just like thinking, and I'm like, the Chick-fil-A drive-thru is just so efficient, and like I just feel like why can nobody get on the level of this drive-thru, like in
Sure.
terms of efficiency? Like obviously their training modules are amazing.
Yes.
And you can go to any Chick-fil-A and be in and out, like no matter how long the line is, like very efficiently. Your food is 90% of the time perfectly correct. Like, you know? And then I like am driving through and I'm like, but why do they have a speaker? Because they never use the speaker because those guys are out there in the rain, the heat, the sun, you name it, they're out there. They got their little like tent things around their bodies. Like, so why do they have a speaker? And then I'm like, that is why they probably have zero mistakes, because you are having a face-to-face conversation with the person in your car. You're walking with them while you're driving. Like it's just so efficient.
They know how to multitask, those people. They really do a lot.
They do so much.
And you're right. Like, what is the point of the speaker?
Why is it there? Like, do they only use it like as soon as they open and it's at late night? Like,
yeah, I was gonna say maybe it probably just depends on how busy the place is, because
right.
I've gone to Chick-fil-A up like on the way up to Vermont, the one that's like on Route 17. I've gone to Chick-fil-A plenty of times there, and I just went up to the drive-through like speaker. There was no person outside.
Yeah, so
I think it just depends on the
time of the day. Yeah.
Yeah, like especially
like they probably do it like during the lunch rush and during the dinner rush.
I confused my words backwards again. A lunch lush. Love that. Yeah, so lots of food and bevy talk.
Funny. Yeah. But before we move on about the glucose test, because my dad, it blew his mind yesterday before I went for the glucose test. Oh, I go for my glucose test. I drop off my child at my parents'. They're watching her. And I'm like talking about how I have to drink the drink, whatever. And my dad's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, you have to drink this drink in 3 minutes. I was like, look at how much sugar's in here. Like the whole thing. I have to fill this with water. Then I got to shake it. Then I got to chug it. And he's like, you have to drink straight sugar and then go do a sugar test? I'm like, yes. Make it make sense. Make it make freaking sense that we are like, drink all of this sugar and then we'll tell you if you have diabetes. What?
That's exactly the point of it.
Yes, but it also doesn't make any sense because you're never drinking that much. You're never having that much sugar in that contained amount of time.
I know, but it's to see your body's resistance.
It's like just stupid. Anyway, I passed. And then the stupid part
It makes sense to people that know about diabetes, I guess.
No, my dad has diabetes.
Yeah, so it's to see your body's response, like how the insulin.
I know, but I guess because like when you find out that you have it, they just like run your regular labs and then your sugar's either high or low or whatever based on what you're like eating normally in your own day. You know? I don't know. All I know is it's an absurd amount of sugar. One, then that you go and they take 4 vials of blood. Then you lay down for an ultrasound. Then you get up and you're like, is the room spinning? Am I okay? Like I haven't eaten anything. I just had this freaking sugar drink. And now I'm lightheaded and I want to vomit everywhere.
They should at least have some crackers after you're done.
You really, yeah. Next time, I'm bringing a
And some
sister.
juice. Oh, I guess you don't need any more sugar.
No, you don't need more sugar.
I'm thinking of like when they do blood drives and they give you like the juice and the crackers.
Right, yeah. That's just because you're fainting because you're getting blood taken.
Yeah, never mind.
Anyway, so that's my rant about all of the food and beverage and the glucose test.
Very good. Very good. I'm trying to think if there's any more food topics I didn't mention, I didn't talk about. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't either.
Okay, we can move on from that. That was our food and beverage segment.
The Knicks are on tonight.
Yeah, our Knicks
Our Knicks.
are playing in the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in how many years? I don't know exactly.
25, literally since 2000.
Okay. I am starting to see now all
Which is
the.
honestly probably the last time that I watched a Knicks game before
I
the
was saying,
playoffs last
I'm
year.
starting to see all the memes now about like bandwagon fans. They don't know how bad we had it, and I'm like this. I'm like, this is me. I'm like, I am a bandwagon
I'm
fan.
like, yes, that's me. I'm a bandwagon fan, but also my dad has suffered, so like I feel the
Yeah,
same
like
way.
I know someone who has suffered. Isn't that
Like
the same thing?
I know people who cared and suffered, and
Yeah.
now I'm happy for those people.
Yeah. Also on the subject of the Knicks, I have to show the podcast. I already showed Jess because I couldn't contain my excitement. But when I went out to the bar on Friday to watch the Knicks game 6, when they won, I saw something that I thought was really cool in the bar, and the bartender, out of the goodness of her heart, gave me it to take home. Now you're thinking, oh, is it a coaster? Is it a glass? One, I did also take coasters because they had Knicks coasters and I thought they were cool. The paper ones, not like.
And of course, she can't go anywhere without stealing something.
Yeah. I didn't unfortunately get a Knicks glass. I'm still on the lookout for that somewhere. But look what I did bring home. A bucket.
A bucket.
And it's a big bucket. It's the size of my head.
It's a huge bucket.
I saw like somebody ordered a bucket of beers and I was closing out my tab at the end of the game, and I was sitting at the bar, so I was like, oh, this is like so cute. And the bartender's like, we have so many of those in the back. Do you want them? And I'm like, are you
Yeah.
serious? And she was like, yeah, no, I'll go get them right now. And I was like, yes, I would like one. So I took one. I have no idea what I'm going to use this for. Sorry. I have no idea what I'm going to use that for. Probably nothing. It's probably going to just sit on my table until I choose to
Well,
throw it
use
out.
it until people come over, and then you're going to use it to make a bucket of beers for your friends,
Oh, smart.
or high noons, or whatever you're serving.
Yeah, I guess I could do that. Yeah, that's smart. So I keep you around. So, yeah, go Knicks. I went into the city today and I was just like looking down at Madison Square Garden and I was like, it's so quiet. Like, give it another hour. Like, it's not gonna be that way.
No.
But they made it a point to put on the Knicks Instagram, we're not doing an outdoor watch party tonight because it's gonna be raining.
Yeah, it's
I
disgusting.
don't think that's gonna, if they win, that's not gonna stop people from storming the street.
No, not at all.
So I meant to go to the team store to find like a cute shirt and I forgot.
Yeah, I thought that's what you were going to show off, and then I
No.
realized it was the bucket.
Shit,
Because
I'll
I
have to-
forgot the bucket.
Next week, when I'm back in the office next week, I'll have to go.
There you go.
Yeah, they'll still be playing. It's fine. And I'm sure they sell stuff all year round, even if they weren't playing. So
Yeah, they do. They do.
so that's our Knicks stuff. And then unfortunately we have to talk about the Mets. They're back to being sucky.
They're back to being somewhat miserable, yes.
They're just like they can't get out of their own way. Like
And Pete Alonso is like,
Pete Alonso's the yips when it comes to throwing.
yeah,
You-
like all of a sudden he's
One of the games,
Lucas
but
Duda.
yeah,
Like Toni-ann literally texted me, Pete Alonso, I know you're at a wedding, but Pete Alonso has turned into Lucas Duda. And my response was, how bad was the throw? I'm not even watching the game. I'm at a wedding. And I said, how bad was the throw?
Mhm.
And then I followed up with, because I'm assuming that is what this is in regards to. And she knew exactly what I meant and said airmailed.
And it was almost the same exact throw. Like I've been waiting to see somebody like overlay them together and I haven't seen it yet, but it was bad.
And then he did it again last night.
And he did it again last night with an underhand toss to first base, an even easier throw. So he is just he like floated it over Kodai Senga's head. Like, what are you doing?
He had a little too
And
rushed now.
he puts that stupid face on where like he's so mad at himself and like you don't want to be mad at him because he beats himself up enough, but like also like come on, bro. And like he just stands there like so annoyed,
Right.
like
And it's
shaking
like,
his head. And I'm like,
right.
I'm shaking my head at you too. You can't. Besides
Right.
him, Juan Soto doing absolutely nothing in
Yeah.
the Yankees. Embarrassing. Not
Which is so
frustrating.
annoying because, like, again, one, I really didn't care if we got Juan
No.
Soto. But two, like, it's like the summer all over again because everybody's like, see, Juan Soto really wanted to be on the Yankees again. He really wanted to be on the Yankees again, blah, blah, blah. Like, just get over it. Like, you guys are saying that you're unaffected. You don't care. But, like, the booing, the obsession with talking about him, the
Mhm.
obsession with just, like, posting everything. Like, why are you so obsessed if you don't want to?
The Yankees social media team put out a 7-minute video recap of the Subway series on Instagram. A reel, 7 minutes long.
I didn't even know you could
But
make a
but
reel 7 minutes long.
but we don't live rent free in your heads. Get the hell out of here! It's a regular season interleague series. What the fuck are you doing making a 7-minute promo video?
Video of it, right? Like it's just so ridiculous.
Losers, losers. Like I
Yeah,
can't. I
I
don't
know.
care. I put this on my Snapchat story for everybody to see.
Yeah,
I
I saw that.
hate the Subway series. I have no interest in it. I
Yeah,
know.
because you're just damned if you do and you're damned if you
Yep.
don't.
Yep. If the Mets win, oh, this is your World Series. If the Mets lose, oh, Mets suck, go Yankees. Like, there's no winning.
Right.
Like,
And I also just don't understand why we can't acknowledge that like when the Mets like the Mets are metting right now in May/June. Like this is what we do. So are we surprised? No.
no.
But like you still can't take away that like they have one of the top records to the start of the season in baseball. Like shut your face. Shut
Yeah,
your face.
yeah. Little brother, shut up. Shut up. There's no brotherhood here. We're not brothers. Shut the fuck up. We don't want to be related to you, actually. We're in a completely different division, or region.
I know what you meant, but
But what the
no,
Mets
it's so
need right
stupid.
now, for a hero comes along. Also, Zoom just asked me if there's professional audio. Am I playing music? Was that just from me singing? No joke. I'm not even kidding. I'm gonna have to
You're
switch
not that good. I
to
will, I will
Google.
bring you back down.
Do
You are
you
not
see
that.
that? Wait, do you see that message on yours?
I didn't know.
I literally, a notification popped up. Are you playing music? Question mark. Set up professional audio and audio settings. Okay. Yay. Anyway, what the Mets need right now is a new gimmick. Okay.
Yeah, they do.
We need a grimace. We
I
need
really
a
thought that
more wiener.
I really thought that Brett was gonna like he when he came up last week, he was like fire, all cylinders were fire to
Yeah.
go. And I thought like, oh, maybe this is gonna like really propel
No, but that's
everybody.
not what I'm talking about. Not
No, but
something.
I get what you're saying. We need like a rally
We
and
need
like
we need a
the
grimace.
raccoon in the stands the other day. I thought that was gonna give us something. It gave us nothing.
We need a Latin pop star. We need something. Okay. I saw like somebody, this is what made me think of it, and I added it to the list last minute because I saw somebody comment on a TikTok like, we need Jose Azucar or whatever that guy's name is, the new guy. We need Jose Azucar to start coming up with Latin pop songs. Stat. Like we need something. What are we gonna do here? Like something. What time? That was June when all that happened last year,
Yeah,
right?
the Grimace game
Okay,
outs,
so
yes.
we still have time.
Because it was like
Still
Pride Night,
early.
Grimace, everything set it off.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because Seymour Wiener, God
Was the
bless
first
him.
game.
Oh, that was opening day?
It was like in the beginning of the
No, that was
season.
the hot dog day.
Yeah, but it was the beginning. Like they were still not doing great after
Oh,
Seymour.
yeah,
It was
because
just like
National Hot Dog Day was like a week or two ago. So it was
yeah. So I feel like it
well,
was like
yeah.
around now.
Okay. Well, now I would think Seymour Wiener dying was probably why we did so well. But now that he's way past, like now we need a new gimmick. So I'm looking at options here. I think that somebody's gonna have to uh do something.
I mean, it would have been great if like Shakira would have like came to the front like after her games, like graced us with her presence, like maybe
Yeah.
put some sort of Latin spell on the Mets.
I
And
think Bad Bunny cursed us. Did you see what Bad Bunny wore to the Yankees game?
no.
He threw out the first pitch of the last Subway Series game at Yankee
Okay.
Stadium, and he wore a Yankees hat because obviously he was throwing out the first pitch at Yankee Stadium, but he's a Mets fan. So he wore a Yankees hat and he wrote in pen Mets next to it. And of course, everybody on the internet was like, one, you defiled the Yankees hat, blah, blah, blah. But two, like, then they got into the whole, you can't rep both teams, you have to choose, blah, 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 blah.
Like he obviously chose. That was him
Right.
choosing.
That I was trying to explain to him, like, that is him choosing. He couldn't not wear a Yankees hat because he was throwing out the first pitch for them.
Right.
Although I did see that Livy Dunn threw out the first pitch at the Mets game, and she's the girlfriend of Paul Skeens that's on the Pirates.
Okay.
And I keep forgetting you're not really like on the internet, so you probably don't know these people.
Well, yeah, I don't pay attention to other people other than the
Livy
Mets.
Dunn is an LSU I want to say gymnastics or volleyball.
Okay.
One of those. She's like a very good-looking blonde girl, and she's dating Paul Skeens, the phenom pitcher on the Pirates.
So she threw out the first pitch.
She's on the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition cover.
Okay.
With a bunch of other girls, and all of those girls threw out the first pitch.
Yes, I saw these girls. Yes.
And all of those, and there was all jokes online, like Mark Vientos is in heaven because he was like taking a picture and all that and stuff. But she was the only one that was not wearing a Mets jersey. She wore regular, nondescript, like baseball clothes.
Right.
And I was like, I respect that because your boyfriend is pitching for the opposing team today. You can't wear that attire.
Yeah, that's appropriate.
No, but that's what Bad Bunny should have done. He didn't have to wear a Yankees hat. He could have just wore no hat. Well, he needs a hat, but he could have worn a Knicks hat. He could have worn a Knicks hat.
He could have, but
he was at the Knicks game with
the Yankees probably wouldn't allow that.
I feel like the Yankees should allow that, but maybe they are. Maybe they're like, you must wear a Mets. Maybe somebody told him you must wear a Yankees hat, and that was his silent protest.
Maybe.
So suck it.
I don't know, but
Bad Bunny, if Benito doesn't like your team, okay, that's bad. Bad Bunny news. So hopefully the Mets turn it around. If not, at least we have the Knicks.
We have our Knicks.
What else? I didn't have any other topics.
Yeah, I don't think
this was a short episode, but
it was because we had limited topics, but a common theme at least.
Yeah, exactly. The title of this episode will probably be Food and Beverage.
Food and Beverage qualms.
Qualms. It's a good one.
It's a good word.
It's a good word.
It just came to me.
All right.
Speaking of food and beverage, I have to go make my burgers.
I was going to say, I'm going to eat the rest of my leftover salad from lunch. Exciting. Very exciting. So I hope you have a better dinner than I do. And I hope everybody has a better dinner tonight than I.
Oh, and happy Memorial Day weekend kickoff, everybody.
Oh, yeah, empty dubs. Oh, I was going to make
I can't believe it's empty dubs already.
I did?
No, I said I can't believe it's empty dubs already.
We're gonna keep this, we're ending this. We're not gonna keep on going on. But I will say that my one other note that I meant to add in that I didn't is like I feel like as we're getting older, like these weekends matter less. Like I'm not planning on doing anything this weekend. Like empty dubs is not like there's no maybe it's really just because of the shitty weather. Like
yeah, there is crappy weather coming.
I mean down the shore or anything like that to be happening this weekend.
I mean, I'm still going one day down the shore.
Oh, okay. Well, then you're a better celebrator than I.
I mean, I'm going to my aunt's house. I might spend the whole day inside. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, you probably will. I think it's supposed to be decent.
Yeah, Monday though, we're staying here because our town does stuff for Memorial Day.
Oh, so
Sunday.
All right.
Rest
and relaxation. A 3-day weekend. It's very nice. I hope everybody has.
That's what matters. That's what matters. Yeah, we had a call today and somebody was like, can we reconvene on this on Monday and have a meeting? And everybody was like, well, if you were coming to work, you're going to be the only one on this meeting because the rest of us have off. Okay.
I know. And I love corporate culture. Like it's Wednesday and like everybody was already saying like, oh, can't get anybody on the phone. It's because of the Memorial Day weekend. I'm like, it's only Wednesday. They're like, yeah, but, and then I'm guilty of that as well because I'm like, oh, I'm coming into the office Tuesday, Wednesday because, Thursday it's running into Memorial Day weekend. Like, and now I'm like, okay, I guess I'm part of that problem, but whatever.
You are. All
right. Well, everybody have a great empty dubs and we will reconvene next week.
Thanks for being our friend.
Yeah. Thanks. Bye.
Hi, friends. Wow, you listened to the whole thing. Thanks for listening. Please be sure to subscribe on YouTube and your favorite podcast platform and share it with your friends. Ratings, reviews, and comments help as well. See you next week. Thanks for being our friend.